How do you unlock barn finds in Forza Horizon 6? What are the best driving settings? How do I stop losing Touge battles? Well, I did my research and I came up with over 20 tips to get you up to speed in Japan faster than a speeding bullet train. Houses are a big part of Forza Horizon 6 because they're a place that you can put your feet up at the end of a long day of driving, plus they now have customizable garages. But if you're a VIP member, meaning that you've bought the Forza Horizon 6 VIP membership in real life, you'll get access to this hot pad in Tokyo City straight away. This comes with a daily wheel spin as well, which gets you credits or even cars for absolutely nothing. Fancy. Normally would cost you about 2 million. But if you're not a VIP, well, I've got a tip for your first big purchase. Save up 635,000 credits and buy the northernmost house right here named Hakusan Mountain Lodge, because this one grants you a permanent 10% boost to Horizon Life credits earned, such as drag meets and time attacks. So it will literally make you richer quicker. You'll even get an extra car spotlight for your troubles so that you can flex your favorite ride to your heart's content. Once you got your new dig sorted, you're also going to want to hit up Wristband events immediately. It might be tempting to just venture off and drift around the countryside, and hey, you do you. But completing these Wristband events early is the key to the kingdom. It unlocks more events like PR stunts across the map, and having more content available to you means that you'll quickly rack up even more progress towards your Wristband levels by just stumbling into other activities. Basically, it's a win-win. Let's get a little bit technical just for a moment, because there are a few settings that I want to talk about that will give you the edge in those really tight races. So the way I play it is that I turn off the full driving line and I switch to braking line only. And that's because the full lines, they can kind of slow you down by encouraging over braking, while the latter are better for developing those all-important skills like braking and also even drifting. For competitive racers, you'll be wanting to turn the proximity radar on. This is a brand new feature, and the flexibility to place it wherever suits you is one of Forza Horizon 6's greatest strengths. And I found the best success by putting it somewhere near the top of my car, basically wherever your eyes tend to be fixed during a high-speed chase. This will mean that you don't have to look away from the road to check an opponent's position. Think of it as a bit like having eyes in the back of your head. While you're poking around in those menus, for the best visibility and the sharpest reaction times on Xbox Series X and S, use performance mode with blur length set to short for the best visibility. Now this is also going to minimize your input lag and keep everything looking really crisp when you're hurtling past neon signs at 200 miles per hour, like the very responsible driver that I know you are. Turning off traction control, stability control, and switching your steering to simulation will then grant you the best control over your vehicle. While you're in there, why not consider setting your driver tile difficulty as high as possible, but make sure that you're still ensuring that you're able to win. It is the best way to maximize your credit difficulty bonus at the end of every podium. Aftermarket cars in Forza Horizon 6 are a brand new way to get some pre-tuned motors that you may not have otherwise gotten as easily for dirt cheap. As inexpensive as they are though, be careful and don't just buy the first shiny thing you see. Flicking the right stick lets you see different information about a car and what modifications have been made. Now personally, I tend to avoid the stock models, so if your car isn't quite to your liking, just skip it, keep browsing, save your credits. If you've got the premium edition, it's likely that you're going to be sitting on some valuable vouchers, so be sure to use them on the most expensive cars in the game and save those credits for later. Alternatively, you might want to consider spending them on a meta car, something that will help you start winning online races immediately. Because some events in the campaign are locked in terms of what you can enter them with, such as their car class or their category, you might be tempted to buy a new one that fits the bill. But check your garage first, because you might find that you actually have a car in a lower class already that you could upgrade, or even vice versa for downgrading. But both options are much cheaper than buying a new stock vehicle, so work smarter, not harder. If your bank balance is looking a bit thin though, don't forget to check your car mastery trees. Some cars have instant credit bonuses that you might be able to unlock straight away, or you could discover that there are some credit boosts for specific events. It's a bit like finding 20 quid in the pocket of an old jacket. The Horizon promo track requires you to take photos of every car in the game, and there's over 550. But there is an easy way to do it just a little bit quicker. You have to act fast though. At the very start of every race, as soon as you're on the grid, hit up on the D-pad to go into photo mode and press right bumper for a quick photo. You'll then have made progress with every car in that race in just one image. You'll clear it in no time. We will have a full guide on exactly where each of the many barn finds and treasure cars that are hiding in Forza Horizon 6's Japan coming very soon to the channel, but there is a mechanic that I can share with you if you don't want to wait for that video that you can try it yourself that will help you find them all much quicker. The Discover Japan campaign is your guide basically to exploring everything that you can do in the map. And if you complete enough of those many activities, you'll get stamps in your collection book, which then in turn unlock the barn finds for you. One of the things you can do to count towards your Discover Japan progress is use drone mode, which takes you out of the car and into the sky. This in turn is also very handy to help you actually find where in the world those barns are without having to drive off into every single road. So not only does drone mode help you unlock barn finds, it helps you find them quickly too. Not to drone on about it. Later in the game, you'll be able to net yourself an easy 2,000 points for Discover Japan by just making a small adjustment to the garage in each of your houses. You could literally just delete something, save it, and it counts. Oh, and everyone loves a freebie, right? I mean, who would say no to a free Koenigsegg? You can actually earn one just by progressing through the Discover Japan track. Think of it as a little reward for getting out into the world and experiencing what this new location has to offer. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty of tollgate battles. These high-speed races on narrow, winding roads are really going to put you through your paces, especially on higher difficulties. Now, in order to win, you're going to want to prioritize cars with great launch stats, as being in first place early will ultimately give you control over the whole race. Once you're in pole position, the key is going to be making sure that you're driving as tightly as possible around corners and avoid those inside lane overtakes. And you remember that proximity radar I mentioned earlier? Well, be sure to keep that in your field of view whenever your opponent is trying to overtake you on the straights, and don't be afraid to block their driving line, because you know what? Being a nuisance driver can pay. When running jobs, be sure to complete the maximum amount of shifts for the biggest credit bonus at the end. This will make it much quicker to get promotions in the long run, and they don't really take too long at all. Even if you don't get 3 stars for every shift in the food delivery job, it's still worth it. Drag meets aren't just about amazing speed, they're also about amazing starts. For the absolute best control on your launch, make sure to use launch control by holding down handbrake and accelerate while the lights are showing. You can then check if it's active by looking at your speedometer, where the LC icon should be highlighted. Once the countdown hits go, let go of A and you'll be off to an optimized start. If you're struggling a bit with tuning cars and getting the best performance out of them, but you think you're a great driver, don't worry about it. Try grinding out the Spec Racing Championships online. This is a series of 3 races back to back, where every driver is in the exact same car. Same tune, same spec, same air freshener, probably. This evens out the playing field and lets you test out some new whips without spending a penny. Also, you can actually gain up to 3,700 Horizon Festival points to help you reach new Wristband events by hitting level 25 in Horizon Play events. Nice. If you struggle with Trailblazer PR stunts, hover over the starting gate on the map and you'll see where the finish line will be located. Then just line yourself up with that point, but with enough space between you and the starting gate to give yourself a real run up to it. This will get you well up to speed and give you a good head start as you race against the clock to get that 3-star time. Finally, let's talk about soaking up the atmosphere. Be sure to use auto drive during the first half of May's day trips so that you can just enjoy the view as part of the convoy and not worry about crashing into a guardrail. Oh, and one final tip for completionists. Rather than buying the treasure map to reveal all the collectibles that you're missing in a particular region, just aim to reach 100% region discovered, as this will show you all the collectibles that you haven't picked up yet, including bonus boards and mascots. So, to recap what we've learned, you'll be setting your graphics and your driving settings just right to win more races, set off those speed traps, and defend your lead in all events. You'll also be racking up credits via your free wheel spins and credit bonuses from your player housing, not to mention all the food you'll be delivering as you max out your shift lengths in the job events. And don't forget to save some credits by upgrading cars instead of buying new ones, being very savvy with your aftermarket purchases, and maximizing your car voucher usage. I'm like the Martin Lewis of Forza here. And get snap happy on that starting grid to breeze through the Horizon promo track and inch ever closer to Legend Island. There are heaps of things to see and do in Forza Horizon 6, and of course, This only really scratches the surface, but with these tips, you should be well on your way towards becoming the racing legend that I know you were born to be. So go on, get out there, grab those credits, and we'll see you on the streets of Tokyo real soon. Bye!